guys, how's it going? This is Ryan again, and welcome to a new video. So I think 2 videos ago I asked you guys for opinions on the length of the game, so now I have adjusted, so we are doing 30-second now. Actually, wait, I just noticed that it's 1 time. Uh-oh. Okay, I didn't really, I didn't expect that. Okay. Actually, this joseki hasn't been played for a while. The one space low pincer, I swear, this is like one of the oldest josekis ever. So after the knight's move, he has to push and cut. But after that, he has a choice of whether to honey out or protect on the side. So he chose to protect. I think that is a pretty normal move. So I guess I'll just honey down the stone. And okay, I'll just pretend that's Gote and move on. It's actually a very big move when black turns this way. But I didn't want to get Gote because I still had the corner that was unanswered, so I didn't respond there. But this is a very big move. So now he can extend and extend, and now the right side is relatively small, and I had to respond there. Whoa! That's interesting. So he actually wants more than that. But I can't see how that can be a good move because I can... oh. So if I play a Tiger Smell, he might Atari and extend. So then when I Atari, locally I'm actually not alive, but I still have to do that. So I'm just gonna do that. I don't think it's even that good for him because even though he made me not alive. Whoa, that is very, very strong play. It's a very territorial move. It's huge because if white takes this whole group is alive and I won't have to worry about anything. So it's actually a very aggressive move. So let's see how we can respond to that. My first instinct is to jump and see what he does. So I think I can attach. So we can both play fast. Okay, now it's a question of whether he can cut. And I think he can, but I'm not too... Oh, he's going to cut this way. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It makes sense for him to cut this way first, because then when he cuts on that side, it's going to be a lot more severe. So actually, I have terrible shape right now. Okay, how do I make this shape? Yeah, the problem is with this group, it's still not entirely alive. So I'm gonna have to just take the corner and give up a little bit in the middle because this is the most territory. And all he does is capture the 4 stones. So, gonna leave a center, and yeah, I mean, yeah, so I'm not sure what the verdict of this trade is, but my first instinct is it's not bad for white. This guy's he has actually very good shape. He's making very good shape to attack. But I don't really know what this means because it's actually not sente. So I'm pretty much free to play whatever I want. So it looks like it's a cool move, but I highly doubt that it's actually a good move. So let's see what he does. So now this turn is trying to ask him whether he's going to capture or play this. So this actually helps me a little bit to get out. And the next move, if I play the tiger's knot this way, it's too good of a shape, so he pretty much has to extend. Okay, or not. So he didn't extend, but I'm actually pretty happy with it. There's nothing here, so I'm not sure what he's trying to get at. Now, either way he Ataris, either way he Hanes, I can just make a tiger's mouth. So this version, in this variation, he didn't really benefit that much. Okay, so then I guess this is just going to be that joseki. I think I will push twice. I think this side is very big. If he answers, then I'll be happy. So he chose the hane. Typically, when you cut, it's actually a good move because if black Atari is under, in the future when I Atari here, black has to either take or extend. So if he extends, then normally if I hane, he can actually double hane, but now he can't. But the problem with the cut is I actually have to play another move, or else I don't know what I'm doing. So I think I'm okay if I extend. So the first instinct for him is to either extend on top or to the right or vertically. So this move. Actually, in this case, I think I can make a sacrifice. I'm not sure whether or how good that would be, but so this turn is very annoying because if he ignores, I can just make this group alive, which is definitely not what he wants. So he has to connect. So after getting this turn, I have a lot more freedom with these, which is now 3 stones. So I can have a lot more agi here. Now this is actually not entirely a good shape because if I hane extend, he can play the tiger's mouth, and I don't think I can live locally. But actually, I think I can double hane. And with this move, actually, his connection here is very good, so there's not much I can get there. But anyway, when I Atari here, so he's probably has to Atari and capture. So when I Atari here, I can connect this group up. So it's pretty much a reduction kind of move. I think locally, that's really his only choice. He might try to Atari, and he does. So maybe I should have thought through this a bit more, but in my first instinct, it shouldn't be. I shouldn't be too afraid of that. Because all I want to do is sacrifice some stones. And the way he's playing now, he's actually gonna let me live. So I think it's not bad. Oh, we can capture. I missed that he can capture. I thought he had to connect. So in that case, then this variation may not be so good for me. Because I have to go back and live. Yeah, that will leave me a bit behind in territory. Though he's still pretty weak on that side. I'm just gonna continue on, take some more territory. And of course there's really not much now on the side. I want to make the extension here. Because actually in the middle he is relatively... Well, maybe I will do this directly. Yeah, I think I will do this directly. So he's definitely an AI. Well, yeah, there's no reason why a human would exchange this type of move. Yeah, I don't see any other reason this could be good for him, because one, it gives me co-threats, and also it reduces his own co-threats. Or, oh, so an AI might think 50 moves ahead and think, oh, maybe White will capture these two stones. And I think that might have been what the computer thought. Maybe I'm thinking too much here. So since he didn't respond, I think this is a big move, because if I can get to the center here, one, it reduces his influence, and also it makes this group a lot stronger, so that later, of course, I'm actually gonna be attacking these two stones. But if I'm weak, of course I'm not able to do that. Another relatively safe move. Oh, this is a very big move. Because if I Tanuki, he will keep trying to get in. So it's actually not an easy move to respond to. Yeah, I'm kind of out of options right now. I really want to defend the top left, actually. But I think I will jump here. If he tries to peek inside, it's not very good for him, because then the outside would be much weaker. Okay. So, yeah, this is very annoying, because I don't have that much territory. So, if he can just reduce my top left, then it's going to be relatively difficult for me. I have to do something to this group. I can't just leave it and let him take a base. So if you extend and I extend, he shouldn't be able to extend. Then I can push and then Hane connect and then touch. So if he has to extend and let me connect, I'm very happy with that result, because then I fix the peep here, so I can actually have like about 11 points here. That's actually not bad. Yeah, so very happy with this result. So I'll extend. Now he's not alive, so he has to actually probably jump out. So not only just grabbed some territory in terms of the center here, it also weakened this middle group. So how are we doing in terms of points? Let's see. Well, just under 40, just shy of 40. Double Hana here. Guess there's no reason to save this. There might be in the future. So yeah, I think that's what I should do. I think I should save it. So there's still no cut here no matter what. So that's not really what my worry is. Can I ladder? No, I can't even ladder. So I guess I should Atari here, because if I extend directly, he might be in the mood to Hane. That would be bad, because then this group is still not alive, and a lot of problems that could arise from that. But this peep is a little strange. I don't want to connect directly. Fine. I'll just let him go in a bit. But this exchange is obviously bad for the center. See, he wants the double Hane again. But how come this actually feels extremely dangerous for him with this group right now. Wow, he is being very aggressive right now. So, of course, this is threatening to Atari to capture this one. If I push, the Adrian side here is gross. It's terrible. But I think if I'm going to make sure this group is safe. He can escape that way, but connecting allows me to extend here later. And that's going to be a pain for him. If he escapes this way and I have a couple of stones, then I can actually just capture these center few stones. Yeah, so now my group is safe. He has to run. So let's just see how he does that. He might play... Whoa. It's more or less a probe. Yeah, I'll just connect. I won't really gain it much from exchanging the push, even though it forces a sente. It's one of those moves where it's sente directly, but when you actually make the sente, you get a bunch of problems. So even if it's a sente move, it's a bad sente. No, that made any sense. Anyway, he has to escape no matter what. So yeah, so that is expected. Hold on a second. If I push any Hanes, can I Hane back? That is a big question. I don't think I can. If he cuts directly and starts this ko, it's a little strange. Oh, another interesting move. He's trying to prevent my extend, but this actually doesn't prevent it. So, not sure what this move means. Because if I extend, I can still extend here. There's a Atari here, but it's not obvious to me what that does right now. Pretty sure it doesn't do anything. So, wow. Another very aggressive move. He's not going to care about this group because my group is heavier, so I cannot let anything happen to it. Oh, can he? He can't do it yet, but I do have to worry about that move. And I have to extend to help the left side to reduce his liberties and help this weakness. He can't push this now because after Atari I can extend this stone out. So he still has to push out on that side, which is, I guess, what I wanted like 20 moves ago. So maybe I'll finally get that. Actually, if I Hane right now, what is he going to do? He might extend. Ooh, that's interesting. So I'm going to just jump. It's still very weird shape for black, so I think I can just keep rubbing at him for now. I lost a little bit of points here already. Not that much because I can still potentially capture these stones back with this push. So not that much. It really comes down to how this fight will end. Is this even Sente? So if he Atari's here, I can Hane. Yeah, I think it is still Sente, but this is a bad exchange in terms of value because actually this group is already alive because he can no longer Atari from this side. But that doesn't really matter as much. What matters is what's gonna happen between these groups. It's a very strange situation. What? This can't be a good move because I can push and cut. So I no longer have any problems with that group because I have an eye there and have an eye here. right? And then, so this after this Tigers now, he can cut me, but if I push, oh, he can cut directly. Duh. That's actually kind of a stupid mistake there. Why did I? I didn't even see that. Well, that sucks. Okay, now it's time to reevaluate everything. Okay, so I'm not sure why I thought he would respond. I definitely should have played here then. Because he can't do anything to connect. Oh my gosh, that is a very bad mistake. Oh, but if he blocks now, I don't even know what I'm going to do. Can I wedge? I really have to gain some points back because now he's all connected. This move is Sente, so I thought I could wedge. But of course, wishful thinking, right? But I think that works because it's a forcing move here. If he does anything on the right, I can Atari and then connect. Or Atari and connect, and he's pretty much done. So, yeah, I'm not sure what he'll do. Oh. Isn't this group just dead? Okay, let's just make this Atari just to be safe. But even if even if it isn't dead, I think the right side is worth a lot anyway. So, not that much pressure there. But I can just push it this way. Wow, this game just suddenly went from probably lost to, hey, I think I won. Yeah, there's no big deal. This corner is too big. I'm almost sure that he doesn't have enough territory at this point. So, oh yeah, I forgot to count his territory. If I push twice, $57. Definitely not 60 because he still has. I think white is generally thicker in terms of the in-game stuff. So yeah, I have to block here, but that's no problem. So before I counted white had about 40, but that didn't count this corner at all. So this is at least 20-point gain. And yeah, I'm just going to capture the stone to be safe here. It's gonna be Sente if he connects here, so I might as well capture the stone. It's kind of like a reverse Sente in that sense. White is about just under 60 as well. Oh, he's trying to get some Audrey in this area. But he can't lose too much on the top, so I'm not that worried about it. Yeah, so he still can Atari this way. So he has to fix here. It's actually a pretty close game. I didn't gain that much on top. I pretty much got what I lost on the side there back. So it's still an endgame test. Okay. So there's nothing here. There might be a reverse sente there, but I don't think it's that big right now. Okay, so let's exchange this. Actually, I think if he clamps here, it's a pretty big move. He threatens me to live. So I can push one more time, which will give me some more time to think about which move is the biggest. Wait, shouldn't he have clamped here instead of here? So white has 61 at the moment. How much does black have? I don't think he really gained anything from a few moments ago, but let's just recount. So, yeah, I'll just give that to him as Sente. Okay, Atari, okay, fine, that's yours. $70. Black has 70 points? There's a lot more points than I thought. But it's my turn, and I counted it slightly more from, so I think it's still a close game. Wow. But wow, this actually ended up being a lot closer than I thought it was after capturing the top. Yeah, so he has to come back here. The corner is very big. So I wasn't sure how to reduce the center, but yeah, at the moment the Atari is also big because afterwards I can actually attach inside. the left side is relatively big as well. But at the moment, I'm pretty sure this reduction is the biggest. Yes, that's gotain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is, yeah, the center is bigger right now. Okay, all yours. Yeah, so actually this was a bit more than I thought. I thought I could Hani and Sente, but he actually has 1 point over here. Actually, this move is very big. If he connects, it's Sente. And I gain 1. He loses 1, 2. Reverse Sente 6. I'm gonna Atari here. I think he missed on an endgame. I think connecting here might have been a mistake. Actually, cutting is only reverse Sente 3 because he can push in. So maybe he's not a bot? I don't know. But this move seemed very fishy. Maybe he was, maybe he thought that I might have captured the 2 stones here, so that's why I exchanged it. Maybe that's why. But yeah, unconfirmed that he's a bot. This actually just lost a point. If I could play here. Can I play here? Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. He just lost a point, because if he connected here directly, I cannot make this many points. Maybe he thought I had to Atari. So he just lost a point here. He should have connected, and then I have to extend. So, yeah, things are going in our favor. If it was a close game, as I roughly counted, then might have... These small things will definitely help us win the game. So he can't block right now because I can actually peep and then Kosumi, and that would connect everything back. So, oh. Will he start a call? No, he definitely cannot start this call, so I can attach in. I'm just so terrible at predicting my opponent. Just when I say he probably couldn't, and he does. So, all right, let's fight it. Yeah, at this rate, because before I actually counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points in here. But now Black has very, very little. So he's still, and he's also losing points while fighting this ko. I can extend because if he extends here, I can just connect back. So that was actually a very bad ko threat. Very, very comfortable ko threat coming from here. Yeah, he has to connect, and that felt very good. It was a good endgame and also a ko threat. Yeah, I think extending here, it's not directly sente, but it's worth actually more than this ko right now. But this is such, I mean, it's so easy for me right now because I can just get something small, and I can still win. So no pressure at all right now. So let's just casually fight this ko. But I mean, yeah, at this, my counting skills are definitely not good enough to very, very accurately identify a winning or a losing. Okay, so you actually resigned. But yeah, I think after this part, Block definitely doesn't have enough points. So it was really this connecting that might have been a bit too careless. So let's take a brief look at this game. So I think was actually very strange. I expected something like this because this move is still very big, so I'm not sure which side White will take. Maybe White will take this. Maybe he thought that was bad, but I expected something like this. It's very big for influence. So he chose the clamp, which I don't think it's that urgent. But yeah, if White can't really do anything to these two stones, then this whole group is going to be very awkward because it's got one eye and it's super heavy. And all of this can be captured. It's a ko, so it's not entirely livable. But I attempted to do something cool, but yeah, in the end it didn't work that well because he could cut. And after this exchange, I don't know, it seems that it wasn't too great for White. Definitely not very good for White. Because if you compare the points, it's actually about the same. So Black has about 14 points here. White has about 12. It's actually a bit less. Even though it's Black's side, but this group is just way too heavy. Like, if Black attacks like this, it's actually looking very bad. It's going to be pretty hard to make this group alive, and free development for Black below here. So, but this is definitely not a good way to attack, because after these exchanges, this group is pretty much alive, right? It's a super good flexible shape now up here, and there's no cuts. So after this, it might have been back to square one, so it might be close again. And then maybe I really shouldn't have just targeted here. I think that would be the normal way of playing. I think this way is probably still close. I'm not sure. But extending was actually quite interesting. I thought I wanted him to do this, and then Atari here. So actually now he cannot actually go out because of the liberty issue. So if he does that, I can just enclose. So there's no issues there. Still a lot of cutting points, but I think I can still manage. I'm not sure. Maybe something like that. So my goal is to reduce the right side. But after he targets this way, I can just live. And I thought he had to connect, but of course, capturing is a better move. So after this, it might have been better for Black again. And then, I'm not totally sure about this fight. So not sure who's better with the normal move. Yeah, I thought black was a bit better because black was ahead in territory, and there's not really much left. So if I white pincers, black can just live everything. And yeah, I think black is slightly ahead here, but he was a bit too aggressive here, and later I didn't see that black can push directly yet. I can't believe I can see that. I wanted him to block, which of course after white cuts, then game over, but I can't believe I didn't see that. So instead of this move, white should have played here to protect the cut. And locally, black cannot do anything, because if black just does this, white can just push and cut. And there's two weaknesses. So if black comes here, white can capture these two stones. And you probably noticed that this group is still in danger here. And there's actually no really other way to... Maybe this Kosumi, but white can just push through. And this group is still cut off. So as long as black can't grab this group, then this group is still dead. So after that, it seems pretty dangerous for black. But right after this move, I feel like white might have just lost. If black just simply connects, then I wasn't sure yet what to do. Because after capturing this, since this group is safe, black can actually gain something on the right side. And I think this is probably better for black. I expected it to be better for black. Might have been still close. But I felt after this, white was at least slightly ahead. So might have been still a bit close. If there's a way for black to take Sente here, then it might have been a lot closer. Because this block is just so huge. It's reverse Sente 5. Or maybe this clamp. Yeah. I guess I was just worried too much. The game actually turned out to be easier for white than I thought it would. So then after a few moves of endgame, I kind of tricked him a little bit by playing this Atari. Because after black connects, there's this attachment. Because of this first line, so normally black can just connect, but of course now white can just connect back. And if black clamps, then white can also connect back. But because of the lower side in the game, white can actually push, and black can't block anymore, because after this exchange, white can just connect back. So yeah, it was kind of like a strike to his morale to keep going, because after another loss, when he was behind already, it was game over. So yeah, anyway, pretty interesting game. A lot of fighting in the middle, a lot of uncertain stuff, and it was a bit longer game. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.